Gareth, does it feel like the season is going to begin in earnest on a
Yeah, it has to, you know. Last season we talked about, did it begin, was it dress rehearsal, was it, and it ended up being a bit of a damp squib for us. You know, we really didn't lay a glove on Luton, and I was disappointed, but I'm also glad it happened because it gives me that something to put right for this weekend. This is not what we are, this is what we are, and you cannot show that again. And so if there's any positive like that, that was it. But yeah, I was disappointed, you know, against what I think is going to be a top team in League One, by the way. But still, we've got to put gloves on, and we've got to, you know, we've got to have a few chances. So yeah, that was not us, and I'm hoping you'll see the proper us this Saturday. And yeah, I'm excited, looking forward to it. It's the league campaign. I've said, you know, judge me on this. This is the plan now, and I want you to see performances. I want you to see a different team of Gillingham that you haven't seen for a few years, you know, because really I inherited a lot of players, you know, and you can change styles slightly, but you can't change personal attributes. You can't make someone quicker, you can't make someone cleverer or braver. And I believe that I needed to do that with a few players last year, and I couldn't, and I've definitely made them more robust, and the players I've signed have got different attributes this season round. So I'm hoping you'll see performance difference, energy difference. I can't guarantee results, but they're a byproduct of those other things, and you get a lot of good results when you do those things right. So that's where we are, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
How are you sizing up Walsall? Looks like maybe a similar level of sort of squad churn for them.
Yeah, very similar, and obviously new manager Lee Grant. He's come in. He's put his stamp down on the team. They did well against Bristol City in the cup. You know, I watched that game, and yeah, they had a lot of defending to do and a lot of possession against them, but they held out. You know, the keeper had a great game, and they took their chance when they got it. You know, they had a couple of chances. I think the Bristol keeper made a quadruple save at one stage early on in the game, and then they had another chance, and I think that was about it really. All the chances then went to Bristol, so which they're going to do, you know, the Championship side. So, but they held out very astutely, very well. You know, they picked up an injury during the game. They've got a couple of shape changes in the bag if they need it. Yeah, it's League Two. It's what we do, but I don't want to analyse the opposition too much and worry about them too much. I want to worry about what I've brought in the building, what we can do, and that's what we'll be focusing on a lot this year.
I was going to say, there's obviously limited info that you can use to look at this current Walsall team. Did you have to go back to Lee Grant's time in charge of Huddersfield, for example?
No, we go on what he's got now in the building. We look at the players he's got now, because, like I say, you know, if you go back to my time at Wycombe, you'd see a totally different attribute bunch of players. You know, there's no Akinfenwa in my squad at the moment, you know. So we have to go with what he's got. So we've looked, in this day and age, everyone gets all sorts of footage from everywhere. It's readily available. So we can look at a couple of pre-season games and obviously the Bristol City game. But as the season progresses, you know, you find more and more about teams. What I'll say is I want it to be about us. I want to be talking about us a lot and what we've done and what we can be better at and ourselves, rather than worrying about the opposition too much. They're going to have strengths, but I think we are one of the biggest turnarounds in League Two, you know, squad-wise this season. So hopefully that'll pay dividends.
I think there's an understanding from the fans that, you know, there is a lot of new players in this team, but you know, you're saying as well you don't want them to be patient.
Listen, it's brilliant that they're giving me a little bit, because yeah, obviously everyone's got to gel, everyone's got to connect, and everyone's got to start to get to know each other. But I asked for patience last year, you know, and people were ironically saying 2-year plan, what's that all about? And it was about getting everyone who's my player, and the likes of, you know, your Robbie McKenzie's, they're my players because I renewed his contract very early when I came through the door. So they're my players, yeah. But some of the ones I had last year weren't. And I think that, you know, with Nelson going on loan now, I think there's probably only Ethan left from before I came. And by the way, he's not under threat. He's a good player, Ethan. I like Ethan. But the majority I wanted to do, I've done, and really, really pleased with where we are. Everyone is signed under me and is my player, and I will stand by that, and I will live and die by that, which many managers do, and I'm hoping there'll be a lot of living, not too much dying on that. So,
in terms of the guys you brought in, I think it came out of the fans forum about the whole recruitment strategy and the way you presented to those potential signings. Am I right in saying that 8 out of 9 you presented to you ended up signing?
Yeah, which was a really good ratio, you know. I think there was a couple that we got nowhere near presenting to, so that's fair enough. There was one that slipped through the net, and I think the fans would have loved that one because he was an ex-player, and that would have been very good to bring his dynamics back into the building. But the other 8 were, you know, your Kadeem Harris's, your Liam Gordon's, your Zayn Alvarez's, you know, so all those sort of players. We told them about the club, we told them about our aspirations, about what we have seen in them, what we can foresee for them in the future. And, you know, I think that the recruitment team, who have taken a lot of stick over the last few years, I think now can certainly say they're earning their bread. And, you know, with the way we got them over the line, I'm really pleased. And I think that there's going to be some diamonds in there. I think, you know, Zayn Alvarez already has got plenty of fans the way he's going to play, and you know, we haven't seen Liam yet and Ollie Wright because you know the first game they missed. So yeah, we'll hopefully get to see them, get to know them, and there'll be a few shirts on names on shirts around the Gillingham town centre of these new players.
Excellent. And I guess just one more to find in terms of that Sam Gale replacement. Any sort of time?
Yeah,
on that?
Yeah. Listen, it won't be a like for like, but it'll be another body in the building because we probably do need that. And we're identifying that one now. You know, recruitment's been good here. Like I say, we're data, character, and footage driven now. It's not just word of mouth or something like that. It's some real techniques going to this now, and we'll make sure we get the right one. We've got some cracking names. It's just getting near them. Like I said earlier, some of them you don't get anywhere near. They don't even let you present to them because they're not coming here because they want to go higher, and that's fair enough. But one day they'll all want to come here, believe me.
And you must be desperate to get Liam Gordon and Ollie Wright out there on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've been waiting patiently, not just them two, but Gareth, Armani, Cameron Answery, who's been out for such a long time, you know, all back and all on the grass. So looking forward to having a real good squad to select from.
And Ollie, positive about him?
Positive about Ollie, yeah. Whether we risk him or not will be a late decision, but yeah, very positive. Ollie's back on the grass now with us, so that's where he belongs. He's a cracking goalkeeper.
It's that word risk, isn't it? It's,
yeah.
You know, for the sake of one game, for the sake of the
We've
whole
got
season.
46 to go. If he plays 45, I'm not too concerned, but I would like him to play 46, so we'll see where that goes.
And just in terms of who's going to lead the team at the weekend, have you made a decision on club captaincy?
Yeah, the decision's made now, but out of respect for everyone, honestly, I want everyone to have that moment at 1:45 on Saturday where they'll all know who's going to lead the team out this season. And yeah, the captaincy is a thing that there's a lot of emphasis put on it, but I also think we've got a lot of leaders out there, you know. So whoever leads them out, I'm sure we'll have some support by the rest of them, you know. And yeah, I'll respectfully just leave that until the hour and a quarter before the game.
Because we quite often do see sort of clubs name leadership teams these days.
Yeah, we've got a leadership group. Yeah, we have a leadership group. So there's 5 players in the leadership group that we meet regular, and so there is that. We're not unique on that. I think we were back in the day. We sort of started this generals group, which was brilliant, you know, and we've kept that with us. And yeah, I've got my generals who are keeping that dressing room in order. But the actual captain on the pitch, people put a big thing on it. I think I've known it for a while now, and that's the one I'm going to go with.
Good stuff. And how much would it mean to first game of the season, get out there in front of the Priestfield fans and get that 3 points?
Yeah, honestly, even the Millwall game you could feel that relief of, yes, this is looking good, you know. And then the Luton game, we just didn't turn up, you know, we really didn't. So we've got to make sure that on Saturday the performance is there. I want the fans to see a difference in the way we're playing, the team, the energy, because I know they're a knowledgeable group, and I know they'll say, you know, yeah, we know what we've got, we know what we deserve. Not hanging on, not lucky wins, not giving up, you know, towards the end of the game. We want the fans to see something different, and I aim to put that on.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
Gareth, just on the captaincy, are you saying the players don't know yet, or the players?
No, the players know yet. So yeah, I'm quite happy with where I am on that. But again, we keep it in house because, let's say, it's just respectful. I don't want things leaking out. We do contracts and transfer talk and all that sort of stuff. Very, you know, respectfully, and I believe that this is the same thing. Yeah.
And then in terms of the incomings, you mentioned obviously you've got the one replacement. You've said for a couple of weeks now that you need to get that body through the door. Are you more worried about getting the right person rather than rushing it, and it could go all the way to the end of the window?
It probably will go to the end of the window. Usually does in League Two. So Sam's done brilliant, and the reports are good. What he's done at Barnsley, I'm really pleased that he's kicking on now. But we have to find the next Sam Gale, or is there a Sam Gale in the building, and we have to find elsewhere to plug a gap, and that's what we'll do. But no, I'm really pleased for Gale. He's a top guy, and we've exchanged some text messages, and it's football. That's what happens. So you move up your career, and if everyone stayed at the same club all the time, it'd be pretty boring.
And are all options open to you in terms of loan or permanent?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at both. Loans from Premier League. We've got some permanents definitely on the horizon as well. So we're not just waving our finger in the air anymore, and we are actually properly targeting people and going, right, this is what it looks like. And it has been difficult over the years. I think when Kenny came in, God rest him, people won't realise that his illness, took him away from it all, and it was sort of became a little bit rudderless, and it was like we've had to bridge that. We've had to work really hard, to get it all back round and to go, right, here we go, because losing your director of football is quite a big thing, But Hess has been working day and night with Dobbo and a couple of the other guys up there, really hard on recruitment, and I'm really proud of them all. They've done a great job for me.
And in terms of the data analysis and everything, some people say, well, I can see it with my eyes, you look at the data or that, where do you sit in everything?
I can see it with my eyes, and the data backs it up, rather than give me the data first and then I'll have a look. No, I see the eyes first, and the data then will back up what I believe in. And even so, still, there may be one or two slip through the data that I believe has got some X factor around them. So yeah, it's always eyes first. We won't just get data about and get them players. I think some clubs do, and when we talk about data, you've got to take into consideration Brighton and Brentford and what they've done, and phenomenal clubs they've put together with data driven. But I think it's data, really top high data. I think there's hundreds of people working in their recruitment department doing data. We've got like one, so we're down at this end. So I don't think we can properly go totally on data. We have to go eyes, but I think they go there into there, where we've got to go here and then check it and then back to here, and that's how we do it. And I think we're learning, we're slowly making it, but with the AI revolution, everything like that, it's becoming something you can't ignore now. Data, computer, analytics, and it's crazy. It really is, and it's taken over the world. Never mind football, and I'm lucky to say that I am very rubbish at all technology, honestly. I can answer my phone, I can WhatsApp people. Any further than that, I can email. But any further than that, honestly, I haven't even looked at AI. People show me pictures, look at this AI, I'm like, how have you done that? And they're like, so I'm not in that zone yet. I haven't got time to be, but also I'm pretty happy where I am.
But you'd like to think that a good player is a good player anyway, is it?
I like to think that when I see somebody, as I have my whole career, there's something that I can see and go, yeah. And listen, I've made mistakes. I reckon I'm a 7 out of 10 manager, signings. But I think 7 out of 10 is quite good. I think there's a few that don't get it right. There's a 50-50 as manager. I definitely put my name to some, and I'll also put my name to some that went, that didn't work, that wasn't good enough. But I think over my career I've got more right than wrong, and I'll continue down that vein.
You must get quite a buzz or an excitement out of getting it right as well, when you...
Yeah, your Eberichis and your Alfie Mawsons and your Anis Mehmetes, they've made the Premier League. Luke O'Nien, they're all in the Premier League now, and it's like, you Sam Gale's keeping faith with him. It's really satisfying when you see these move on and see them going on and flourish and get the text messages from them. But, you don't get carried away with it. It's like, you get some wrong as well, and you can get some where you've released and you think, I wish it would have worked for you, So, but yeah, it's a buzz when you get it right, but these players, the majority of them do it themselves. It's just that platform that they need. It's just that little helping hand, because I had it when I was 18, 19, got told I'd never make it. So just needed that little helping hand to go, there you go, show us a few games. and I think that's the type of manager that I am.
Just to go back to what you said at the start, you said about how important it is obviously to win games, but you want your teams to have a style and identity.
I want us to have I want an
time.
identity. I want people to play us and go, right, Gillingham, they are this. I don't want to give it away because I don't want to tell what we're trying to be, but they are this. If you go to Gillingham, they do this, they do that. I want every club to go, wow, that's going to be a tough game because they do this. And the boys know what it is, and I know what it is, and we're working on it, but your best teams have got identities. You know what they're going to do. They're going to either play you off the park, they're going to run you into the ground, they're going to be physical, they're going to be drop off and survive and then counter-attack you. All these little styles, you could pin it on quite a few clubs. I want us to have an identity. I want definitely to feel like that's my team out there, and that's what I know I'm going to get.
Start of the season, obviously you said yourselves and Walsall changed your squads quite a lot. What do you make of the whole League Two at the moment? When it's going to start off, what do you think it's going to be as tough as ever?
Yeah. Listen, Salford, Bristol Rovers, I think, have made some big noises, big signings, money. When you start talking about Championship players and nicking them from clubs that they're actually playing in to bring them down to League Two, and MK Dons did a lot of that last year where they brought players down from leagues above, but they overpaid for them, and it's a gamble. And I think there's a couple of teams that are doing that a little bit. I think they're bringing players down and going, you know what, we'll pay for a little bit more, we'll pay for deep squads. That is one way of doing it, definitely. You've got to be a certain type of manager and a certain way. I think that your Rochdales and your Yorks coming up are going to be decent. I don't believe that the conference and the League Twos, the gap's not that big anymore. I say it's pretty similar to last year. Your Chesterfields are always going to be up there, around there, and your Grimsby's look strong, and the same candidates I think will be in and around it. Your surprises last year were your Barnets and your Oldhams and that, and fair play to them. They've done miraculous. I think your Yorks and your Rochdales will surprise people this year. But I think that the teams that I mentioned right at the start, I think they'll be up there at the end of the season. I also believe that we're under the radar, and the couple of seasons we've had, people aren't talking about us, and I'm really happy with that. I am really happy with that. I'd prefer to be that, Gillingham on. I'm not sure about them. That's fine with me, because hopefully we'll surprise a few people, and that's my aim. That's what I aim to do. Whether it happens or not, we'll see. But I think the usual candidates will be up and around it. But as I said at the end of last season, we finished 17th. But we're in the same league as the team that finished 9th and 8th and 10th. We'll start on 0 points again. Here we go again, and that's what it is. Even Salford, playoff final, got all the way there, so close. 0 points, League Two, we'll start again. It's a brilliant place to be in. It's a great weekend, it really is. I just thought we got off to a winning start.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What do you think Gillingham's identity is at the moment?
At the moment, I don't think we have a great identity at the moment because nobody's played us since last season, no League Two team. So I thought the identity was a little bit of they've been hit hard with injuries. There's a couple of, there's rotation in the squad. There's a couple of youngsters playing. Get at them, and you might be able to get at this player. You might be able to get at that player. We are so different to that this year. But our identity and what people looked at us upon last year and probably up to now is that. I think that we have to prove now what our identity is. I want us to show a new identity, and that's what I want from my boys. And we'll fight and scrap for everything, we will. But there'll be some quality in there as well, because the players I've signed, I really believe in.
How tough is that, though?
To change, it will take a few weeks to change that. It will take a few weeks, months maybe, just for everything to steady down. We all know at the start of the season, like, it's mayhem. It is crazy. I think at the bottom of the league last year was Swindon, and there was a team who was down the bottom, Chesterfield. They were down the bottom of the league last year. After a month or so, they were playoff contenders. They finished in there, they were up there. And people couldn't believe the transformation. It takes a little bit for it to sort itself out. So it's not going to be this first weekend that we're going to go, right, this is us and this is what's going to happen this season. It's going to be a few weeks, but you've got to be consistent in that few weeks. You have to have consistency. You've got to be the same all the time. that's what I want from my players. I thought last season, I didn't know I was getting sometimes one week to the next, and that was a bit chaotic.
What did you learn from Saturday?
Yeah, a few things during the week that we've tweaked slightly. Some reminders of what we are closer to the game, some different training methods closer to the game. I felt like when I went to the Championship with Wycombe, I gave way too much respect to the Championship. It's a great league, it's a brilliant league, but we were worried. We set off, we feared a little bit. And I thought we did that against Luton a little bit. I thought we went, oh, these are good players. We'll just sit off these. And I want us to go, listen, go for it. If I had a fight with Mike Tyson in his day, I get in the ring, I'm not going to cover up for 15 rounds and hope I get something out of the fight. I'm going to have a couple of pot shots at him. I'm going to have a go at him, then cover up when he's really hurting me, and then go again. I'll get beat, but I will have had a go getting beat. I don't want us to fear anyone. I want us to have a go at everyone. That's what I want us to do. That's what the fans want. This is the type of place in the country where fans will go, you know what, let's have a go at it. Let's have a go at it. Let's just have a go. And I want that to be our identity, but I don't want the losing bit. I want us to have a go and win. And there'll be little strategies in that as well.
Can I ask you about Tate? Because obviously he's a goalkeeper you've got on your book.
Yeah.
He's a keeper who's fit. I understand the youngsters side of it, putting your arm around him. How did he take last weekend?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Tate understood. I thought he came in last 2 seasons ago and did really well at home and away at Cheltenham. And yeah, there's faith. There's a chance for Tate to start this season without a doubt. We wanted to go into first games with a bit more of a presence in the goal, and I think that I've gone for Owen Mason. Character comes in. He's full of confidence, but Tate has got a future in football, definitely. You know, he's a good lad. He's a good player. There's all sorts of little rules on the emergency loans and things that we have to be careful of as well with our youngsters. So I'll leave it at that and just say that there's method in the madness. But Tate's definitely got a place here. Yeah, he's got chances to start without a doubt.
Can I just finish off? Obviously, it's a big week away from football for a lot of the young fans with getting their results. Exam results.
Yeah.
Tough week for them, tough week for the parents. Sympathies.
Sympathies. Is that empathy I need for you? Because are you in that boat? Yeah. Absolutely. No. I always say it. Perspective is huge in football. It's brilliant. It's great to be in there, but we must have perspective. There's a lot more to life than football, and as long as we understand that. But on a Saturday at 3 p.m. especially this Saturday, there's no more to life than football. We've got to be on that for 2 hours and then come out your bubble again. But no, I'll make sure the boys are grounded, and good luck to all those Jules fans who are getting exam results and university places and whatnot. Hopefully you get what you want, and hopefully I get what I want on Saturday.
Thanks, Kevin.
Cheers.
Nice one, Andy. So it feels like the season gets underway in earnest on Saturday. How are the guys feeling about it?
Yeah, all really excited. Obviously disappointed with the game on Saturday. Weren't quite at the races, and Luton were a good side, to be fair, but you know, we've put things right today, in the week in training. And yeah, like I say, the boys are all raring to go.
How prepared are you feeling, say, in terms of this pre-season compared to last year? What's been the main difference for you?
Obviously, there's a few new faces and a lot of turnaround at the club in terms of players and whatever. So, you know, it's just almost been getting to know the new faces, building up partnerships. And yeah, it's just been a really positive pre-season. And yeah, like I said, just buzzing for Saturday now.
Just in terms of some of those new faces and, like you say, partnerships at the back, what do you make of the likes of Liam Gordon and some of the younger defenders coming in so far?
Yeah, I mean, Liam's been brilliant since he's come in. Adds a real voice into the back line. And yeah, he's been great, as have all the lads that have come in. You know, I'm not going to name them all, obviously, but no, I'm really really looking forward to this season. I'm feeling really positive about it.
obviously McManus and Tabarez, a couple of young lads, almost similar perhaps to yourself, coming in to try and establish themselves in EFL football.
Yeah, obviously Con and Sam, they're both quite new into the building, but you know, from what we've seen in little glimpses in training, and you know, they both look like really, really good players. So hopefully they can contribute as much as they can, and you know, we're going to need everyone this season. And yeah, like I say, we're just really looking forward to it.
How strange is it going to be not having Sam Gale on that team?
Yeah, obviously me and Sam played a lot together. You know, built up a really good partnership with Sam, obviously on and off the pitch as well. Yeah, it's going to be strange. Obviously, he's usually telling me off, or I'm telling him off, one other way around. But no, obviously wish Sam all the best with his move to Barnsley. I give him a text. Obviously, he's gone up north, so I know that area a little bit better than he does. It was almost the other way around when I came down here. So no, really, really happy for Sam, and yeah, it'll be a miss, but looking forward to it anyway.
And how about for yourself? Do you feel like, you know, you're that bit more established going into this season? Do you have expectations of yourself in terms of what you want to achieve?
Yeah, obviously I don't want to fully expose myself into what I want to achieve this season, but obviously I'm another season on from the start of last season, another season of games under my belt. Obviously things that I know I can improve on, things that I can build on as well, things that I do well. So no, I'm really looking forward to getting going, getting the rhythm of playing games again, you know, week in, week out, and I'm feeling really positive about it.
And obviously you've got a young family as well, so I guess last season you were sometimes, you know, coming in a little bit sleep deprived to training and whatnot. How's that?
No, it's been a lot better. Obviously he's getting older, my little boy, so no, it has its challenges, but I'm not going to make excuses for myself. You know, that's part of being a dad, I suppose. So no, it makes me really proud every time I see him up in the stands. So yeah, just buzzing, yeah.
And in terms of the manager, has he kind of set out expectations of you as a group for this season? Obviously last year was kind of, you know, year one of the 2-year plan, so to speak. He was saying fans don't need to be patient anymore, this is my team now. So has he kind of drilled that into you guys a bit? Yeah,
definitely. The gaffer's made it fully clear what he wants from us this year. And like I say, we're doing our very best to try and produce for the gaffer. Obviously the gaffer we know exactly what the gaffer wants from us, so we've got to implement that now.
Just in terms of Saturday and starting up against Walsall, obviously a strong team in this division.
Yeah.
Nice to be at home though, I guess. Yeah,
definitely. Obviously first game of last season we was away, so it's nice to be at home. Obviously I know what the first game of the season's like. It's chaotic, there's a lot of tension in the air, whatever it may be. I know the place will be rocking, so I can't wait for kick-off and hopefully putting a good performance out.
I think it'll be a little bit of cat and mouse, kind of both teams trying to suss each other out.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, that's always the way the first game of the season goes. It's never the prettiest game of football on the first game of the season. And yeah, hopefully we come out on the right side of the result.
I'm hoping that you can, as you say, get the result, clean sheet, maybe nick a goal from a set piece up the other end.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's one of my targets. Obviously I only got one last season, so I want to try and add more goals to my game if I can. So yeah, hopefully I can contribute.
Best luck for it, nice one.
Thank you.
I was going to say, how do you feel you can develop your own game? I mean, goals is obviously one way.
Yeah, obviously, but you know, there's all parts of my game. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, what I plan for myself. There's not one thing in my game that I can't improve on. So there's all sorts, but just got to keep my head down, keep working hard, and see where it leaves me.
Are you quite self-critical when you look back at?
Yeah, definitely. I'm probably the most self-critical person in terms of. I'll ask myself the question first. I won't ask anyone else before myself. If I know I've done everything I can in the week, building up to a game, that helps. But I'm certainly the most critical of myself than anyone else.
And I guess when you don't want to expose yourself to your targets, I said, but you want to get established as a regular in the team again, get as many games in as you can. Is it just a case of building on last season, obviously the year when you played a lot of games at Grimsby as well, just to establish yourself as a footballer?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I think for every player, they want to look back on their career with happiness that they've done as best as they could. So obviously playing games, that helps in that direction in terms of it's the exposure that I need to play games to improve, to learn, to make mistakes. Things like that happen in a season, but it's how you learn to deal with things as they come at you as you get older.
I guess after being here for a while now, everything's sort of, it's not new anymore, is it? You know.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously last season moving down from living up north, a lot going on outside of football. But now I'm here, now I'm settled, and now I know everything about the club, everything that it means to the fans, whatever it may be. I'm really happy here. Yeah.
And how important is it on Saturday to set the time for the season, get yourselves up and going?
Yeah, obviously we want to go out on the first game of the season and get 3 points. Like, there's no shying away from that. We 100% believe in ourselves that we can beat Walsall on Saturday. It's just about, if things don't go our way, how we respond from things. Like, there's going to be moments in the game where they have spells, whatever it may be. It's learning to deal with spells and moments better.
And is that where you see the character of the squad and the players?
Yeah, definitely. I look at the lads that are around me now. Like, I feel like we've got a lot more experience and a bit more know-how in the team. And yeah, like I say, I'm just buzzing. Can't wait to get going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're all suffering with the weather, the temperatures up and down. How bad is it for you guys?
Yeah, it's obviously not easy. It's tough. I don't ever remember it being this hot for so long. But yeah, it's part of the game, I suppose. There's you've seen it in the World Cup with the hydration breaks. I know definitely wasn't my favourite thing as a fan watching on, but it's part of the game. It's the same for both teams, so it can't be an excuse.
I guess as a player, you appreciate what actually goes on in those breaks.
Yeah, obviously.
Without giving any secrets, what he's feeling, trying to let us know what actually said in those breaks.
It's hard to say exactly what's said, but it's almost a little chance at a little debrief or a little how we can do things better in the game. Like there is with any sort of break in the game, it's not so much the hydration breaks where that's the only time. There's always constant feedback on and off the pitch as to how we can be better.
Gaffer said to us last week, obviously you were playing a good side, Luton, who were there or thereabouts in League One, sorry. Does it show to you guys in the dressing room just how far you potentially have come in just 4 or 5 weeks that you were able to start Parliament for so long?
Yeah, I mean, it was never going to be an easy game playing against Luton. They were a really good side, well drilled, and obviously a lot of individual quality across the pitch. But yeah, obviously we're disappointed in the manner of some of the goals that we conceded, and that's part of football, I suppose. You're never going to keep a clean sheet every week, but it's almost eliminating them avoidable errors that we can try and cut out of our game.
How different the players you were playing on your side now to what you've had last season?
Well, obviously, this is obviously nothing against Gailey, but it's just an example. Sam's a lot younger than playing next to Omar, so it's just a different feeling on the pitch rather than so much different qualities of players, if you like. I'm not saying anything against Sam. I'm just saying he was a younger player, so he might not be able to offer certain things that Omar can offer, and vice versa. But playing with different players, building on partnerships and relationships, I think is really important. Getting an understanding of each other's game, so how we can help each other on the pitch. So I think that's really important.
Is Saturday the true start to the season?
I think last Saturday was, but as players, you can never wait for that first game of the season. We wanted to do well in the cup. It wasn't to be, but full focus is on the next game. I think that's the way it has to be. We can never get caught up in it's a cup game, it's this, it's that. It's just about the next game and trying to put our best foot forward.